a nigga hit the lottery, so when you going up, how can you plummet? Damn, you stun it. On the land, when you expand the grands, they understand who run it. In the jam, you brung it. Coming from all the fans, the Kansas City man do.
So you guys, I mistakenly erased the first part of my video, so I'm sorry about that. But please enjoy the video. So now it is time for the Ask Basie questions. Now, this is just my advice. You do not have to take it. And if you want to offer some advice, please be respectful. So I'm not going to mention anyone's names unless they want me to. So we're just going to go ahead and get into this. Now, I don't think there are a ton of emails, but there's enough. So let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so the first story says, how do I cope with this? I just got out of a 5-year relationship and I thought I was over my ex, but I can't stop thinking about what we could have been and what we should have been. We were only broken up for 2 months when he told me that his new girlfriend is pregnant. My heart hurts so bad because we tried for many years to conceive, but it never happened. I'm taking this so hard and I still can't believe this is happening. I've been watching your videos for a long time and I remember the video about Bob having a baby on you. How were you able to cope with him having another child while you guys were together? What are ways that I can cope with my situation? Okay. Well, I want to say it sucks, you know, but the thing is, let's see, I got out of a 5-year relationship. You're not over your ex, which you still need to take time to get over him, because honestly, you guys are broken up. He's not your problem anymore. So I know it's hard because that was someone you really love, someone that you still obviously really love. And now he's had a baby with another woman. It was hard for me to cope because I was still with my kid's father. And then, you know, he just sprung the baby on me. It's like one day I thought we were okay, kind of, because the whole relationship was trash, but I thought we were okay, and the next day there's another baby that's not even mine. So it was hard. It was hard for me to accept his baby for a while. Eventually I came around, but see, again, that's a different situation because you are no longer with him, so you don't have to embrace that baby. Now, unless you guys are getting back together, then that's when you have to figure out if you're willing to accept being with a man that has another child and has another woman he has to deal with because of that child. But right now, you're not even involved with him, so you don't even have to worry about coping with a man that has a child or a baby mama drama issue. Unless I didn't read this right, you said y'all broken up, but you still have feelings for him. Is your intention to get back with him? What is it? He said you've only been broken up 2 months when he told you, says we were only broken up 2 months when he told me his new girlfriend is pregnant. Like, he's even moved on. He had a new girlfriend. You're still attached to y'all situation, but you have to let it go. Clearly he's moved on. You know, he wanted to let you know that he's about to be a father. I don't know if that was a good thing for you to know, a bad thing. I don't know what his intention was for telling you that, especially since you guys were already broken up. So, sweetheart, I don't know what it is that you're wanting to gain from this, especially since you have no ties to him any longer. Yes, you were in a long relationship. You guys tried and never were able to have your own children, but you know, you have to just move on from the situation. Okay, this next one says, hey girl, I love your channel. Your hair and makeup is always on point and flawless. I just turned 26 years old, June 13th. I've been with my hubby for almost a year and he wants a child since he's almost 31. But I suffer from endometriosis and epilepsy. I'm not sure what to do. We've been trying, but no luck. Do you have any advice? Well, yeah, you might need to find a fertility specialist. Honestly, I don't know how to go about, you know, helping you with that. The only thing is maybe get some outside help. Go to a fertility specialist if you can afford it. Go to your, you know, women's doctor to see, you know, if there's any other things you can do. you could possibly try keto, because honey, there are tons of keto babies happening just from keto. But not necessarily saying that will work, but just try different things. Have you went that route yet? But personally, I can't tell you what you need to do. That's just some stuff that I have heard. But you might want to look for more professional advice instead of from me. Okay, this next one says, hey, I just wanted to say I love your videos, but I need some advice on what I should do. I've been knowing this guy for 3 years, and we were in a relationship for a while. He had a girlfriend that I did not know nothing about until February, and we broke up, and we still are friends. But the thing is that we still mess around with each other from time to time. But she doesn't know about me at all, and we live together and sleep in the same bed. What? And we or they? Hold on. But the thing is that we still mess around with each other from time to time. But she doesn't know about me at all. And we live together and sleep in the same bed. But I hear them talking on the phone every night and day. But I don't know how to tell how I really feel. What should I do? Okay, I gotta read this over because I'm totally confused. I've been knowing this guy for 3 years, and we were in a relationship for a while, and he had a girlfriend. So you were the side chick that I didn't know about. Okay, well, you didn't know about her, but you found out he had a girlfriend. Okay. So you broke up with him because you found out he had a girlfriend, but you still remain friends, but you messed around with him. But if y'all broke up and y'all mess around with each other from time to time, and y'all live together and sleep in the same bed, this is confusing to me, sweetie. I am so confused. Is this real? If y'all broke up because you found out that he had already had a girlfriend, but the thing is that we still mess around with each other from time to time, but she doesn't know about me at all, and we live together and sleep in the same bed, and I hear them talking on the phone every night. So, are you with him or are you not? Why are you living with him and sleeping in a bed with him? And his girlfriend that was there before you hear him talking to her on the phone every night. No. What should I do? You either need to figure out what that man is doing, or you need to leave him and his woman alone, move out of his home. Or you need to ask him, what's it gonna be? Is it me and you while I'm living with you? Or is it this outside woman? Or the woman that was, I'm confused. I don't know. This is mind-boggling to me today. I'm sorry, I can't give too much advice on this one. I'm sorry. This next one says, hey Basie, love you by the way. So I've been with my partner for 3 years. We have lived together for 2 of them years, and I need some advice. Lately, we haven't been getting along. I keep going through his phone, which I shouldn't do, and always find something that upsets me. It's always petty things like him saying a girl is fine or whatever to his mates. When I confront him, he just makes me feel like the worst person in the world and says it's all a joke, what he and his boys say. When I cry over it, he tells me to stop throwing a pity party and stop feeling sorry for myself. He always storms out and leaves me home alone to deal with it, and I'm a very emotional, insecure person. I've wanted to move forward with him, maybe an engagement, etc. But he always tells me he's never ready for that. Basie, am I wasting my time? I don't know what to do. Whenever I ask him about our relationship, he says, do what you want. After 3 years with someone, I thought the response would be more than that. Again, I love you and hopefully can get a response. Okay, well, thank you so much, but you need to leave him. You're wasting your time. Clearly, he does not care about this relationship from how you're making it seem. He talks about other women in his phone. Doesn't care that you see it and jokes and plays around with it. You ask him about where the relationship is going to go between you two. He really doesn't care or acknowledge it. then tells you to do whatever you want to do. Like, it's not my problem, I don't care. So yes, you are wasting your time, because clearly he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be with you. You might just be a convenience for him at the moment, but you need to just let it go, sweetie, so you can clear your mind and just start over brand new. Next one says, hey Basie, I'm 21 years old and all my life I've been a warrior. Watching your videos put me at ease, but I noticed that you've dealt with anxiety. I had a few circumstances in my life where I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, and I suffer from PTSD. I was always exposed to death at a really young age, and I have always been afraid of dead people. Crazily enough, I was even afraid of my grandmother at her funeral. Anything that has to do with funerals and death freaks me out. But I'm sure it's probably because I know that everyone has an expiration date, including me. I even stress out and feel haunted by things I see on the news, especially if the person died. I wish I didn't care so much about things like that in particular, but I feel guilty for moving on because tragedy has hit someone else. Is there any way that I can live life fear-free and without being mentally disturbed by things I see? It's pretty hard because when a young person's death goes viral, people post pictures of the scene, etc. It really seems like no one understands the mental pain I go through daily. And I feel like a bad person because of it. Are there any methods that you use to remove visuals from your head that you don't want there? Sorry if this was long, and thanks for your advice. I'm so sorry that you're going through that. Anxiety is, you know, a real big deal, and you know, I don't have that type of anxiety, but yeah, everyone does have an expiration date. And I mean, I know some people are paranoid about that. They don't know the date, the place, or the time. But when I do get anxious, which I haven't had any really anxiety issues or panic issues in a while now, a really long while, I try to think happy thoughts. I try to just think of good things that's happened in my life, even if it's the same thought over and over, just to block out any negative thoughts. Or I'll try to keep myself around happy, positive people. That way it doesn't give my head a time to wander off and think and think about the bad stuff that I normally think about. So that's the only tips that I have as far as pushing those feelings out of your head. But I mean, it's different for every person. But me, I just try to think of good times in my life, happy times, and try to surround myself around positive people and family. This next one says, so I'm gonna be real on this. I'm 16 years old. I'm with a guy who promises forever and has talked about having a baby before. So about a month ago, I went on the pill, which made me unbelievably sad, mostly because I wanted a baby even though I'm so young. Yeah, I know, I'm insane. I'm turning 17 in 2 weeks. So y'all, this was from March, so she's already 17. And even though I'm super young, I do want a kid. Right when I was about to start my birth control, I had to wait for the first Sunday of my period to start. And well, it didn't come. I didn't think anything of it and just never started the pill in case I was pregnant. I told my boyfriend and we got a test, and per as we expected, it came out positive. I was super excited and my boyfriend was happy, but scared at the same time, which I understood. For a whole week, we talked about how excited he was to have a baby and how great it was going to be. Now, coming around this week, he told me that I had to get an abortion. Now, mind you, my family is super against abortions, and so am I. And although I would never judge someone for their choices of abortion, and as time goes on, I'm loving this baby already more and more. What do I do if he wants me to abort and I don't? Well, one, you are kind of young wanting to have a baby, but it's happened now. You're pregnant now. But let me tell you something. This is your body. That little boy, I don't care if he is your boyfriend, cannot tell you what to do. Just because 1 week he was happy and the next he doesn't want it. No, that's your baby. And if you are against abortion, then you stand by what you feel. Don't do anything just to please the boy that got you pregnant, because it's not right. If you don't want to abort your baby and if you want to raise your baby, then you do just that. It may be hard. You may struggle more. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. That boy can't make you do it. You only do this if you want to do it. This is your choice, not his. Okay, this next one says, hello Basie. My husband and I recently found out that we are expecting our 4th child unexpectedly. I feel so stressed. I was hoping to get a little feedback from you as a mother of 5. You and I are close in age, and I am too, from Kansas City. I have 2 children from a previous relationship, and me and my husband had a daughter in 2017, and I feel like my hands are full. He works long hours, so it's usually me doing most of the hands-on with the kids and around the house. He does around the house too, but not as much as me. I'm always tired. I gained 50 pounds during my pregnancy with my daughter, and I still have most of it on me. It's been a struggle getting this weight off of me, and not to mention, it's always played a part on my mental and my physical health, with juggling the 3 working full-time, the upkeep of our home, you're married, and with children. So I'm sure you can understand what I'm saying. My question is, how do you handle having more children? Were you scared for the 4th one? How do you manage? It's because I'm terrified to have a 4th child. Thank you so much for your advice. I love your channel, by the way. Well, congratulations on your baby. I don't know how I do it. When I first met my husband, I had already had 3 children from a previous relationship. I was good with those 3. I was comfortable with those 3. It was, my routine with them was set. You know, I was good. When my husband and I got together and I ended up getting pregnant with my son, which is my 4th child, I was nervous. I was scared. But he assured me, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to have another kid, because I was so used to my girls, and I wasn't ready to take all of my attention away from them to give to another kid. That's how it was for me. But as my pregnancy went along and I started feeling my baby move, I started to enjoy it. My excitement grew to be having my 4th child. You know, I just knew it might have been a little more difficult. I knew that my baby girl couldn't be babied as much, because my time would have to go a little more towards the new baby. So, you know, it's just some things you have to adjust to. You have to, you know, change things around some, do something different. But once my pregnancy furthered, I got more excited. I was excited. And then once he got here, you know, like I said, I might have been stressed my first week or 2, just because, you know, you get the little baby blues or postpartum little thoughts going on. But when you have people there to help you, like my husband helped me, my mother helped me, because my mother was alive when I had my 4th. You know, my husband's family, when they came in town, they helped me. I had friends that helped me, just as far as talking to me, letting me know everything was gonna be okay, you were good. And then I felt like, what, after a month, I got this, we good. I had my routine. I still treated all the kids as far as showing my love equally, and it went better than I expected, because I was a little scared at first, but you just got to dive in and see where it takes you. Then I had my 5th. It was the same thing, but by this time I was like, I'm a pro at this. I already got 4. I can handle this. Was I excited about being pregnant again? No, but that was just because I was over being pregnant and having babies. But I mean, you know, it's different for everyone else. But, and maybe ask people around you, if you know people that have more than 3 children, how their experience is on, you know, bringing in another child. But for me, it wasn't as difficult. I was making it to be, but it wasn't. It was actually really a good, happy time. But, you know, sometimes people can be in their heads, but it doesn't necessarily have to be as hard. If you're thinking it's going to be hard financially, you know, you just have to budget. You just have to think about it like that, because the only aspect is, the more kids you have, of course, the more expensive, but it shouldn't change your ability to be able to take care of them and the love that you give. Okay, this next one says, hey Basie, I love your channel. Been watching you for years. I'm a 24-year-old mother with a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. They both have the same father who lives in another state, so they only see him during the summer. I'm starting to go back to school next fall. I have a job, a place, a car, and pay my own financial obligations. However, I met a guy who's 32, and we haven't been talking long at all, and we weren't even officially dating. I'm on birth control, but since I have moved to a new state. I was late on my depot shot and I just found out I'm pregnant again. I don't even know how to tell him since we haven't been talking long, and it's scary because I don't know how much support I will have from anyone since this will be baby number 3. Well, y'all, this story is from December of last year. So I'm sure that, you know, you may still be pregnant, or just, let's see, you might still be pregnant right now. I think, yeah, okay. So, well, that's a tough situation you're in. You're in a new state. It seems like you might not have family and friends around, but you just got to put your big girl panties on and do what you got to do. You know, did what you did. I do understand you thought your shot was still effective, but you still need to use condoms because there is a such thing as STDs. So, I mean, at this point, you need to tell him, because, I mean, if he's the daddy, he still needs to know whether he's going to help you or not. And just see where it goes. He could help you. Yeah, you haven't known him that long, but y'all done grown up things, and this is what y'all have to handle now at this point. And it may be all on you, but you just got to do what you got to do. Will it set you back as far as going to school or, you know, making things more financially hard? It could, but it doesn't necessarily have to. It just depends on what you're willing to do and how far you will go to continue to be successful, but yet be ready to raise a 3rd child. It can happen. I know people that have done this. Maybe it's more difficult for some, but you don't have to make it difficult unless you want it to be difficult. So, but I would start off by telling that man and just see where that goes. But you got to be careful with that, you know, just, I know, you know, you meet somebody, stuff happens, and boom. But y'all still gotta be careful. Trust me, I know. I got 5, so be careful. Good luck. If you are still pregnant, congratulations on your pregnancy and the baby. Guys, this is my very last one, and it's kind of long, but this one is from December 19th, 2018. Yeah, I was that backed up. Yes, and I'm going from current to the, you know, closer down the list from last year. So I'm moving, doing the newest ones and moving on down. So this one says, "Hi Basie, I love your story times. I discovered them months ago, and I immediately subscribed, and I have been a loyal watcher ever since. Sometimes I watch the same video twice. So here's my question. I've been suffering through a string of neighbors who have made life a living hell for almost 9 years, and I'm at the end of my rope. One in particular got so bad that after trying to work it out with her, I spoke with my landlord, and that's when things got really bad. She started harassing me, blasting music in short bursts throughout the night to jolt me awoke. She even vandalized my mailbox when she finally moved out. Now my current neighbor, who I found out is her friend, is harassing me with the noise. The only way I can escape is by sleeping in my bathtub, and I can't take it anymore. If you think I'm joking, see the photo that my sister took. She thought I had sleepwalked." Oh my God. She's really sleeping in her bathtub, y'all. I've tried everything from earplugs to a white noise machine, sleeping pills, prayer. There's no other option but for me to move. I'm severely anxious and depressed now. I actually woke up with my face in pain recently, found myself digging out my flesh in my sleep. My skin was underneath my fingernails. That's how bad my anxiety has gotten. This has gone on far long enough, and my landlord isn't doing anything. All I want is peace, but I don't currently make enough to afford to move out. In desperation, I created a GoFundMe page, but I don't have a social media and very few friends. Would you help me get the word out by posting my campaign to a Facebook or another page? I'm desperate to move. Let me see if this is real. Hold on. Campaign is complete and no longer active. Okay, so the campaign is no longer active. She raised $25, but I don't know if this is legit. Like, your sister just came over your house in the middle of the night and took a picture of you like this in a bathtub, or was this set up to take a picture? I'm serious. I'm just asking these questions. But if this is really real, hopefully you're in a better situation now and everything has been resolved. If not, and you're actually still dealing with this and sleeping in your bathtub, you need to report the landlord if he's not doing anything about this. There's other people you can contact. Report him. Report the apartments. You can take steps. Get a lawyer. If you can't get a lawyer, still, you got to get some sleep. These people can't be doing this to you. Call the police. You're saying you can't afford to move. Well, you might not want to get an eviction, but that rent that you're paying the landlord that doesn't want to do what he's supposed to do, you start using that to go find you somewhere else to live. Yeah, that's all I got for you, sweetie. She really took a picture in the bathtub. Like, you sleep with the light on in the bathtub? It's bright as day in this picture. Okay. Well, good luck. So, that's gonna be it for this Ask Basie. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave your questions in my email below at askbasie@gmail.com, and make sure y'all click that notification bell so y'all can be notified whenever I upload new videos. And yeah, y'all, that's gonna be it. I'm done recording for the day. I'm hungry and tired, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye, loves.